Hey there, welcome to Tod Talks, the podcast where we're shining a light on brilliant local businesses making life better for families with little ones. I'm Bill from Toddle About, and in each episode, we'll have a natter with one of our amazing partners, finding out what makes them tick, how they're helping parents, and how being part of the Toddle About family is helping them thrive. So grab a cuppa, put your feet up if the kids will let you, and let's dive in. Hi Sammy, welcome to Tod Talks. Thanks for coming. So before we start, I always start in the same way. Can you tell our audience who you are and what you do?
Yes, thanks for having me. It's awesome to be here. So my name is Sammy and I'm the founder of a first aid training company called Happy Hearts First Aid. But I also, my other thing that I do with all my other spare time is I co-found another brand called Ouch Pouch, which is first aid kits for parents, really.
We know all about the Ouch Pouch. My youngest daughter, Aurora, she got stung by a bee and the Ouch Pouch jumped out straight away to help her. So
yeah, I love, and that's what it's about, because I think, you know, as a first aid trainer, it's awesome to equip parents with the skills that they need, but also to give them the gear that they need as well. It's just the icing on the cake, and it's going to make for more kind of confident parents. So that's what that kit is all about. So I'm glad it could help you.
Oh no, it absolutely did. Like she got stung by the wasp or the bee, and the 7-year-old Florence just went, "Dad, where's the Ouch Pouch?" And so it all panic stations. We got the Ouch Pouch, and we all sorted it out.
Oh, I love that. Bob's your uncle.
We're Happy Hearts First Aid.
Yeah.
How did we come about that? Did you just wake up one day and start it?
Well, I mean, obviously the heart is my favourite organ. If I had to choose a favourite organ of the whole body, the heart is where it's at. But also everything I do is heart-led. So I had to have a heart in the name of the business. And traditionally first aid isn't overly kind of happy, but it should be. It should be really fun and really inclusive. So that's kind of how I got the name of Happy Hearts First Aid. But if we kind of turn the clock back even further than that, I've always done this. I'm from Australia. I've worked in Australia as a nurse and a registered nurse and a nurse teacher as well. So, you know, this is something that is just ingrained in you from day one as a student nurse, is learning how to do first aid, learning how to do CPR. So it's always kind of just been my bread and butter. So kind of flash forward, moved here and had a young child at the time, had a 3-month-old child, kind of trying to work out what to do. And it just seemed natural to get into first aid training because it's all I'd ever really done. So that's how it's kind of come about. You know, I think as well, I've seen firsthand that being a parent's really overwhelming, and sometimes, you know, we don't have a little book that tells us what to do with a child. So, you know, sleep, eating, all the rest of it, but also first aid. This isn't a skill that people naturally learn. It's not something that they really want to learn, to be honest. So to be able to give them that skill and see their shoulders come down, think, oh yeah, I can do this. You know, like that's a wonderful job to be doing, really. Yeah.
Well, it's a lovely story.
Yeah.
I really resonate. Like we've met a few times. We've done a lot of stuff together, and like I can absolutely see what you do is a really awesome service. But we wanted to get into the nitty-gritty.
Yes.
So tell us the day-to-day. What is it that you're offering? How can the parents learn their first aid? Is it, or do we do corporate?
Do you know what the good thing about being self-employed and kind of running things, as you know, is you can do whatever you like. So I tend to do the stuff that I really enjoy the most, which is sessions with parents. So a 2-hour kind of face-to-face session with parents, and literally, as I've said, Bill, you can see their shoulders drop down after the course because they just feel so much more confident. So you know, what a great gift. But I'll do them anywhere, kind of public sessions that anyone can come along, or quite often I'll go into someone's home and I'll teach the parents, I'll teach the extended family as well. Often there's kids there, which they'll always get involved. So yeah, lots of kind of public and private sessions that I do. Not everyone wants to come to a class. That can feel quite confronting. So I've got online courses that parents can do. And as you've mentioned, I do the corporate stuff as well. So, you know, as we know, businesses will have to have a first aider, but often now what people are doing is they're thinking, we want to go up above and beyond. We want to give our staff this skill for life. So I'll go in and just in a really friendly way, just teach everyone in the business these skills. So yeah, even though I focus more on babies and children, you know, obviously, you know, I talk a lot about adult CPR and adult first aid as well. So
you were talking there about your groups and your sessions and stuff. Like, so what, like, if we want to book your classes, book your sessions, what's coming up? Like this, I think this podcast is going to come out relatively quickly.
Yes.
So we're leading up to sort of Christmas now.
Yes.
And what have we got to come on straight away? Where can we find you? How can I join in?
I'm always around. That's the thing about me is I probably do about kind of 3 or 4 public sessions a month. So, you know, if you wanted to learn on a weekday or weekend, you literally just jump onto the website and find out where I am next. Okay. And there's always, you know, if it doesn't work for you, if you want me to come to your house, it's just literally an inquiry form on the website. I'll get it straight to my inbox, and literally by the end of that day, we'll have a date sorted out. So, you know, I want to make it as easy as possible for parents, because once they've decided they want to learn, you know, it's kind of like sleep consultants, you know, once they realize they've got the problem, they want to know, they want it fixed. And it's similar with first aid. Once parents have decided that they're worried about choking or they're starting that weaning process, you know, let's get them booked in as quick as possible to get them to move forward, really. So, yeah, so on the website, and I've got lots always coming up before Christmas.
This is when you tell us what the website is.
Oh. happyheartsfirstaid.com.
All your website and your contact details will be attached to the show notes and stuff like that. But
good one.
This is where Toddle About is really helping.
Yes.
You were saying there isn't a book for a parent, but there is a magazine.
That's true. Yes.
The magazine, this is your business is exactly what we want to do.
Yeah.
We want the parents to have the information.
That's it.
Like if we're going to do articles, we're doing the podcast, we're getting that information into the end user's hand through the magazine, and like we just love having you in there.
Yeah, and I think that like today's world, we've got so much information just here in the palm of our hand, but that's not always going to be relevant. And that's what I love about the magazine is it is, you know, area specific. So there's stuff that's near you that you can reach out, experts that you didn't know existed. So
I think that's an important point. Like obviously we've met through the South Bucks magazine, but you're not just serving bucks, are you?
No,
You're everywhere, right?
I am.
Literally.
Yeah, I literally am everywhere because, you know, I do stuff online. I've got online courses and I'll travel as well. So again, being a one-woman band, it's really flexible. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what's next? Where do you see your journey? Like obviously you're firing on all cylinders. Where do you see your growth, or where do you think
it's a good question.
Happy Hearts is going?
Yeah, that is a good question. I mean, I love doing the corporate stuff and schools and nurseries because that tends to be kind of more during weekdays when my young kids are at school. So that stuff kind of just seems to make a bit more sense for me, and there's a big need and demand for it. But I think as well that's something that sets me apart is it's not first aid training that's really boring and kind of PowerPoint directed. It's going to be hands-on. It's going to be fun.
I don't think anybody's going to see you come through the door. I haven't seen you in anything other than this pink, bright, Sammy self. Like you're definitely not boring.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. It's good to be on brand. As we sit here on the yellow couch.
So obviously the business has already developed into sort of Ouch Pouch.
Yes.
And we touched on that a little bit earlier. It's fantastic. In your own words, tell us what it is. Why is this different to the any other first aid kit I can get? Because it's cool.
I think the biggest difference is that it doesn't look like a first aid kit, because first aid is traditionally something that scares people, that people don't necessarily want to learn. But a first aid kit is a very practical thing. So this doesn't look overly first aidy, if that's a word. It's just something that parents would be okay to chuck into their change bag or in their car.
Emily had it in her bag when we needed it, and I just thought it was like a makeup bag. I was just like, well, where is it? She went, it's the new Dotty bag. I was like, I don't know what you've got. And then so I went, but this? She's like, I went, oh, this is too cool to be fair. I'm looking for a big chunky Perspex box.
This is it.
Big cross on it. And but this was
And that's what it's all about. It's about teaching these skills and having the Ouch Pouch in a way that is just friendly and just anyone can do it. So that's the whole premise behind the Ouch Pouch, and also being called an Ouch Pouch. You know, it's a more friendly kind of approach, isn't it? Something that kids will like to say, kids will like to use as well. So, you know, many years ago when I was delivering the first aid training, in fact, it was one of the first sessions I ever did. I met a couple called Jenny and Matt, and I went on to become really good friends with them. And it was Jenny's suggestion, actually, that I should start selling a product to go along with the services. She's very business minded. And flash forward, she's my business partner now. So we've kept in touch. She's got 3 young kids as well. So she helps me with this because it's just almost a little bit too big for just me to manage. Yeah. So she's the marketing behind it as well. So what an awesome person to know.
Just remind me. There's a link in there with mothers on maternity as well, isn't there?
Yeah. So they're all made locally by mums on maternity leave.
So I think that's so cool.
Yeah, because I'm not very good with the sewing machine.
So physically, that product is sewn together by mums on maternity leave.
Yes.
So are you looking for any more mums? Are you looking for people to help you?
Yeah, we've got a really nice little network and it's lots of word of mouth. Yeah. But yeah, we're always open if somebody wants to earn a bit of extra cash.
So like part of our demographic here are mums on maternity or like parents but they're becoming pregnant. If they want to sort of on this.
If they can do a continuous zip, if they know what that is, then give me an email. Yeah, reach out.
You're going to have to change the subject quickly because I do not.
Yes, neither do I, but they will.
A continuous zip. If you can do a continuous zip and sew that on the machine, get in touch with Sammy.
That's it, yeah. So, and that's the part of it. We want it to be UK, even though I'm obviously not, but we want it to be UK based. We want it to be something that's just here, really local. And myself and Jenny, and often our kids will help pack them. So, yeah, this is literally a kitchen table business.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Yeah, and we do affiliations with PTAs as well.
Tell us more about that because I've got fingers in those sort of pies. We've got PTAs that are signed up to
PTA. It's really tricky with PTAs and with schools with their funding because they're always looking for opportunities. So essentially, if a PTA will join up with our scheme, they get a unique code, and then for every sale that goes through the website, the PTA gets £5 back. So it's something that parents need anyway. It's a no-brainer for us to give back to communities. So.
And how much is the ouch pouch?
So it's £28.
Okay.
So completely refillable, wipeable. So yeah, I mean, it's
and like some people will be looking at it and going £28 but the things in it.
Yes.
Are like
it's heavily curated, Bill, by myself. Yes, it's the stuff you need. There's no triangular bandage in there, put it that way, because you can just use a scarf for that. It's all stuff that you need on a day-to-day basis.
We needed to get we needed a pair of tweezers for something. I can't remember what the kids have done something.
Yeah.
And I went, "Where's your makeup bag?" And we need your tweezers, the little tiny makeup-y ones. And she went, "Why don't you get the proper ones out the ouch pouch?" I was like, "What?"
Love that.
And then they come in, they're the nice big chunky properly ones and it works. It's functional. These fingers, they're not made for little splinters and all the little thing we needed to get out, but the it's properly functional. It's properly cool.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and that's a thing with first aid kits that you might have at home. You don't know what's kicking around in there, so good to have something that it's got the things that you actually need. Lots of plasters, lots of stickers for distraction as well. Just stuff that you need as parents. Yeah.
So
great gift for Christmas for grandparents as well.
Well, you're featuring in the Christmas gift guide.
Yes.
So if you do want to know more about it or you want to buy it, and you want to read about it first, you can check out the website. But in the magazine, on the centrefold, there is a Christmas gift guide, and the ouch pouch is heavily featured at the section down there.
Nice one.
So who's this guy?
Oh, this is my friend who comes everywhere with me. His name is Bruce.
Tell us about Bruce.
You can imagine I've got a whole collection of mannequins that I use to teach parents about what to do in different first aid scenarios. I mean, choking is a massive one, isn't it? Like, there's lots of parents out there that are really worried about a choking incident. So Bruce and his friends, they've all got Australian names. There's Margot, there's Shazza, there's Shane, of course. Kylie, I forgot to mention Kylie. How can I forget Kylie? Yeah. They're a bit funny looking, aren't they? But they help me to teach parents about what to do in times of emergency. So when it comes to doing CPR, literally doing CPR on Bruce would feel like how it would feel like in real life, which is a very morbid thought, but kind of spliced with a few dad jokes, we can do it. We can learn these skills together. Yeah.
We all love a dad joke as well.
Oh yeah, who doesn't love a dad joke? So this is Bruce. Because, if we think about, again, that topic of choking, probably that's the number one reason why parents would come to a course with me, is they've had a near miss with choking. Maybe they've got some traumatic experience from when they were a kid in terms of choking, or they're starting their baby on solid foods. And there's so many misconceptions out there because, like I said earlier, there's so much information in the world that if you were to jump on Google and type in choking baby, you're not going to see a choking baby. You're going to see everything else but, So kind of giving them that really good understanding of what a choking episode actually is will mean that they can use that and go forward and know that every time they're coughing or gagging, there's a sound, that's awesome, just leave them to it. But being able to have a go of doing the back blows is on someone other than your partner, your other half, is a really good way to teach people and help them learn.
So it's fully a practical session. It's not classroom based.
Oh no,
death by PowerPoint.
No, none of that. It's all just hands on and lots of opportunity for questions as well, because there's never a silly question, and often if one person's thinking it, everybody will be.
So I've done a few first aid trainings in
various roles and
previous lives and stuff, and it's always everybody sat on their hands, they listen to the practitioner and they go, thank you very much, give me my certificate. And it's sort of like they've done the minimum bit to get that pass. And they're like, I'm just like, I like, for anybody that does know me, I will throw myself into this sort of stuff. I love the room participation and like, I feed off other people's energy.
That's how people learn, isn't
but
it?
Then I've gone, your business, your boss has paid you to be here and you've got nothing out of this. You've got a bit of paper. I said, if I've got a problem, I don't want you to help me.
Exactly.
Because you've been here because you've been told to, or you're fulfilling a requirement.
That's
so
it.
if there's the courses that I've done and everybody's all in on it and everybody's joining in, there's questions. It's not just one person doing all the demos. And
100%. Yeah. So even in my 2-hour sessions with parents, there's always, there's lots of capacity for that kind of hands-on time with a mannequin so they can have a practice. Because that's how we learn. It's by being playful and by having your hands on something that you're going to learn. So that's really, really, really important.
So is there any myths with first aid?
Where should I start? Where should I start?
Like, why don't you put them to bed now?
So you mentioned Aurora got stung by a bee. How did you remove that sting?
Well, you've already told me off.
Okay.
So you've already told me off when I spoke about this.
Yes.
I tweeted it out.
Yeah. That's a really, really common one. I mean, we're going into winter now, so it's less of a problem. But if it's a bee or a wasp sting, you're literally going to, rather than your tweezers, you're going to just grab a hard edge, like a credit card or even a piece of paper or cardboard, and just kind of push the sting out. Because the minute you use your tweezers to grab it out, you're going to squeeze more venom into the wound. So that's a really, really common one. You're not alone, I promise. So just literally just push it out with a straight edge and then give it a really good wash with some soap.
Same for a splinter?
Splinter, if you were at a school, lots of the schools around us wouldn't remove a splinter. They've banished their tweezers completely. Because I think there is a part of kind of creating trauma for the child, having a teacher come at you with those splinters. So a school these days, unless it's a really easy to get out one, a school won't necessarily get the splinter out. They'll put a plaster around and let you deal with it. But it's however you want to get it out. I mean, eventually the body will push it out, but it's whatever's going to cause the least amount of trauma. I saw on Instagram that you can use a Calpol syringe to get a splinter out.
I have tried this.
I've tried it too.
Well, to be honest, I struggle putting Calpol in the kids' mouths.
Okay.
I'm not the. I'm not qualified to use that.
Yes. But I can't.
But I can't do it.
No, I haven't been able to do it. I mean, it looks great on TikTok, but I haven't been able to do it. Although in saying that, your youngest is 5 years old, right?
She is now, yeah.
So you're almost at the age that both your children can have a Calpol fast melt. Sorry I feel like I'm pushing the brand name here.
Fine.
Have you heard about the fast melts?
No.
Do you know those? Okay, Bill, this is going to change your life. So rather than the Calpol syringe, it's literally just a tablet that dissolves in their mouth, and they're 6+.
So Emily, if you're at home watching this, I will forget this. A fast melts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Happy birthday, Aurora.
Yeah.
You're 6 now.
I'm going to be their biggest shareholder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well,
So-
we need
So
Calpol as a sponsor.
that's actually a really, really good addition to the ouch pouch, as
Okay.
long as you can feel confident that the kids won't get their hands on them.
Yeah.
Because it's often times that you're out and about and you might need something like that. So, it's a good thing to chuck in there. But other myths, another big one is, if I've got time, is to talk about burns. Again, coming into winter, this is the time, we've just had Guy Fawkes and all of that, but this time traditionally is when more burns happen to babies and children. It's a really, really common injury, and often parents will get confused about the treatment, which is
because of sparklers and things like that.
Sparklers, then you've got your mulled wines, then you've got bonfires and all the other crazy
Okay, cool.
open fire at Christmas. So parents will get really confused. It's the same treatment actually for an adult, which is 20 minutes of cool, not cold running water.
Okay.
So because people will just, imagine yourself, like, do you
Stick it
ever
under the
burn
water.
yourself
Yeah.
in the kitchen?
Regularly.
Yeah. So you probably just chucked it under the cold tap normally for about 90 seconds. Am I right? Have I got that right?
We barbecue and we pizza oven a lot.
Nice.
Like we cook
You
outside.
got a bit of Aussie in you with the Barbie.
Yeah, I've got a whole episode on my barbecue setup.
Okay,
But
yes.
we'll get you over because it's pretty impressive. But and I'm just like, I burnt myself and I was like, right, stick it under the cold tap.
Yes. So cool, not cold.
Okay.
So what that means in practice, if you've got a mixer tap, is to chuck on the cold tap and then just add like a smidge of warm water into the mix, because you have to keep that there. The best practice is keeping it there for 20 minutes. So if that water is cold, it tends to be that babies and young children, it's just too cold for them to deal with for that amount of time. So by adding just that bit of warm water, so it's more like a tepid temperature, I suppose, it will mean that they keep it there for that amount of time, because it's the 20 minutes that will stop the burning process. So I think that's a really important tip, because after about 90 seconds you feel like you're done, but if you've ever felt that throbbing,
it was this
one.
hand.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fine.
Yes.
Next day I've gone, that still stings.
Yes. Yeah. And often when you come away from the water, you can feel that throbbing.
Yeah.
That's it still burning. So it's like taking a piece of steak, off your Barbie. It's still cooking, isn't it? So that 20 minutes is going to really stop the burning process, and then it will make, any scarring or wound healing much easier moving forward. So 20 minutes, parents need to remember cool, not cold running water.
Great tips.
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to give away all your secrets because everybody should pay for your time and come and see you.
Yeah.
But they can come and see you at Toddle About Live.
Yes.
So obviously this is something that we're working towards for March the 7th, Toddle About Live at Daphne's School in South Bucks. You're going to be there.
Yes.
Bells and whistles.
Absolutely.
What can people, they can Q&A you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have the ouch patches there. Also, I think as choking is an important one, a couple of demos with, the mannequins so they can get a real feel for it.
If you're an exhibitor and you're thinking to come in, we've put how to exhibit like a pro together. Now, this is something that I've worked quite long and hard on to help you as an exhibitor get the most out of that day. So sign up and you can have this free ebook. Mm-hmm. You've had exclusive use of that. So
I have, it's
excellent.
Very good.
Look,
it's hard to know though as a small business.
Yeah.
We've got our kind of small business hat on where we're thinking about the service that we provide. Some people, speaking for myself, we're not natural marketers. So to have a resource there to help and guide us is only going to be really helpful.
It's something that I've been exhibiting for a long time, whether it was with the fireworks or like I was on the tools for a long time on building sites, but I was always that person that sold to the customer.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and I was always the customer relations or helping, and I thought, do you know what? I've been customer facing for nearly 20 years now. All these little things have built up into a really good service that we could offer our customers. So that's where we are.
Yeah.
But look, let's finish up.
Yeah.
What have I missed? What can we?
Oh, I think
what
in the
do you
lead
want
up to Christmas, can I just say that, for parents, just keep a mind of what's coming through the door. Grandparents are often buying gifts for younger kids as well. We know when we're buying things online on an online marketplace that they're not necessarily going to be safe. So I think it's important for parents just to be really aware of that. Anything with button batteries, anything with super strong magnets, they're going to be dodgy products. So just think, coming in the lead up to Christmas, what's coming through my door and is it going to be safe?
Great tip. We're almost coming up to our full year of podcasting, but let's get you in next Christmas.
Yep.
See where we are.
Okay.
See where your business has developed from.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks, Bill.
Hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, amazing.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's it for today's episode of Tod Talks. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you found something helpful, heartwarming, or just plain inspiring from today's chat. If you're a parent listening, I'd love to know, what do you want to hear more of? More behind the scenes with local classes, tips from experts, honest stories from fellow parents? Drop me a message at toddtalks@toddleabout.co.uk. This podcast is for you, and your voice really matters. And if you're a local business helping families and thinking, I'd love to be part of this, well, you can. Get in touch and we'll have a chat about how we can shine the light on what you do and connect you with families who need you. So until next time, take care, give your little ones an extra cuddle today, and remember, we're in this together.